Bills Ravens. I had Derrick Henry's over rushing yards, which missed by 3 yards. Bills get a big lead, which no one was expecting.
Oh.
And the Ravens, inexplicably, with plenty of time left on the clock, just take Derrick Henry out of the game, despite him averaging 5.3 yards per carry at that time. And in the second half, he was dominant. He was unbelievable. The first half, especially the first quarter, the Bills did a good job of stopping him. And he started to make some big creases, hit some big runs. And the Ravens and John Harbaugh, who I don't think has it anymore, inexplicably decides to take Derrick Henry off the field. They needed the last drive to go down and score a touchdown. They have like 3.5 minutes left, plenty of timeouts. They take Derrick Henry off the field on that whole drive. They scored despite it, despite having Derrick Henry off. But then you have a fresh Derrick Henry on the 2-yard line for a 2-point conversion to force overtime. And instead of running a play action to him and using Lamar Jackson's legs to get out on a bootleg or just hand the ball off to a fresh Derrick Henry who hasn't had a touch basically in the whole fourth quarter, what do they decide to do? They decide to roll Derrick Henry out to the right and roll Lamar Jackson out to the right behind him, so no misdirection. Hit Mark Andrews with a perfect pass. Mark Andrews, of course, drops it. It's cold weather, cold conditions. That's why you run it when it's cold, and you got Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson with the game on the line instead of passing it, because things get weird when the ball's in the air and it's cold. And, of course, Mark Andrews drops it. If they would have forced overtime and Ravens get the ball back, Derrick Henry still covers that despite only getting 16 carries in the game, which I had predicted he'd get at least 21. And if you had Derrick Henry's under 20 carries and then you parlayed that with the Bills' money line, you're a pretty smart guy, James. Wasn't me, though. What were your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I mean, I was shocked that the Ravens were able to get back into it after the half, to be honest. Derrick Henry, definitely a fourth quarter running back. That's a guy who just continues to wear on you all game, so don't really know why you wouldn't use him in those situations. It just kind of seemed like they accepted the loss at halftime is kind of what I felt from the Ravens. Like I just felt like they were like, we can come back, but we won't do any of the things we're good at. And it worked because Lamar Jackson's amazing.
Yeah, MVP.
Yeah, I mean, Derrick's going to be back for another year for sure now. No retirement for Derrick now. So I hope they use him a lot more next year. But yeah. I feel bad for Mark Andrews, but you kind of got to catch that.
You kind of got to catch that, and earlier had a big fumble at the plus yardage.
I think he's officially washed. Maybe it's not John Harbaugh. It's just Mark Andrews.
Maybe it is. I think it's John. After watching the Hard Knocks, the AFC North Hard Knocks, I came away very impressed with Stefanski. Obviously, as expected from Mike Tomlin, was impressed with his coaching and his process as you judge it, and kind of really disappointed with John Harbaugh just kind of being seems to be like a figurehead at this point. You don't even think he's doing anything. Doesn't seem like he's doing anything during the game. Yeah, doesn't seem like Mark Tomlin was breaking down film with guys. They had a bunch of stuff with him, and John's like, all right, guys, in a beautiful facility, but like, all right, we're going to win again this week. Who's got it better than us? Like, I don't know. It was not impressed with John Harbaugh, not impressed with the Ravens, and I am very impressed with Lamar Jackson, despite him having a couple of whoopsies in the first half. He played himself a hell of a game, and he had a hell of a season. So still sky's the limit for the Ravens, but either way, the Bills come through with a big, big win here.
Got to win it. Got to win a Super Bowl with Lamar next year. I mean, at this point for the Ravens, it's a total failed waste of Lamar's talent, and they're running out of time with cap space.